Commissioner Fielding?
Would that be under D. Bell, or how would we contact you?
Walter Goldberg is next, followed by Matt Kelly.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. My name is Walter Goldberg, and I am privileged to be the president of Snug Harbor Yacht Club, which is adjacent to the city of Stuart. We are composed of 72 lots, and we are shown in red on the map that I'm passing out. We've been established as a community since 1946, and during those 68 years, we have peacefully coexisted with the city of Stuart until recently, when the city made annexation the price for providing us with sewage service. That portion of the agreement is highlighted in my handout. I can provide the full PDF text for you. I wrote a letter to Mr. Nicoletti in March pointing out the unreasonable linkage between sewage and annexation, and I asked him to delete that offending paragraph that I've highlighted in yellow. That letter remained unanswered until I wrote him again last month, and this is what Mr. Nicoletti said. This form of utility agreement with voluntary annexation has been used by the city for over 20 years. We do anticipate that in return for the services received by the city, which in Snug Harbor now include water, fire rescue, and periodically police, we will eventually annex the properties within the utility service area and beyond. And it sounds to me as if Mr. Nicoletti is channeling Buzz Lightyear, because Mr. Nicoletti wants to annex to infinity and beyond. Let me briefly take issue with Mr. Nicoletti's assertions of service provision. Fire, rescue, and police are county services that we already pay for, and we are happy with those services. And water, yes, we get water, but we pay 25% more for water than the residents of the city of Stuart. So it's not exactly a gift. And speaking of cost, I have data from Laurel Kelly, the property appraiser's office. It will cost you, the county, $143,000 a year if we are subsumed into the city of Stuart. It will cost us in Snug Harbor $83,000 more per year. And that works out to 10.4 to 11% per home as a property tax increase. We want to stay in the city where we've been for all these decades.
Stay in county.
And we do not want to be forced into the city. We don't want to be subjected to taxes that are not just for sewage, but for other services that we already have. We need your help to stop the city of Stuart from its predatory behavior.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Matt Kelly is next, followed by Krista Garofalo.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
Nice to see you all. For the record, I am Matt Kelly, and I'm a resident of Snug Harbor and Martin County. And as Walter said, we need your help. A little bit of background, 2-point background. The city wants to annex Snug Harbor, and it's for tax revenue. That is the bottom line. They're using this service, the sewer service, as leverage to make that happen. A fact. If we sign up for sewer, we have to give up our rights to annexation. So it will be an automatic thing that will happen. Annexation is expensive, and it is forever, and there is no going back. Embedding annexation into the sewer service is confusing, it's misleading, and I believe it is totally inappropriate. Sewer services are being used to tip Snug Harbor home by home into the city. Once they hit a majority, it's a done deal. If people sign up, and I have to wonder if they put the backbone through the neighborhood, does that eliminate our option, another option of a choice of staying on sewer or staying on septic or going to sewer? Will that automatically default into where we have to sign up and by default agree to annexation? So strong arm, kind of like the Crimean Peninsula. I do not believe this is in the spirit of any interlocal agreements that are out there. I don't think annexation has ever been named I've looked into it a little bit, so I don't believe that was the intent if there is a signed interlocal agreement. So sewer and water service should be a standalone issue. It should not be intertwined with a service that people perceive that they need. I'm all in favor of helping the river, but I'm not in favor of being leveraged. As Martin County residents, we deserve the freedom of choice. We would like you to intervene. We'd like, at a minimum, to separate sewer from annexation. Anything that you can do would be gratefully appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. Renat? Followed by Cheryl Jordan.
Hi, thank you for letting us come here. I'm from Snug Harbor, and we were presented by the City of Stuart to put in a pump system for the sewers. And the City of Stuart came in and gave us our pitch and talking to us about how good the system would work and how it would alleviate pressures on the river. Well, whether that be the case or not, but I think that their system is nothing more than a smaller septic tank, because what they have is they have a system that where you still have to dig a hole, the waste goes in, then it gets pumped out. And there was a lot of interesting questions that were asked at the time, and one of the questions was, what happens if we lose power, as if after a hurricane? The city said, well, we'll come in and we'll bring in a truck, an emergency truck, and generate those pumps and pump out the sewage. I think that would be a little bit, if they weren't able to catch up on that time, because they'd have to probably be serving everybody in Martin County or those that were on the sewer system. I think that would be a worse impact on the river if that ever did occur. The other thing is, too, is if those systems ever did leak, we wouldn't know about it, okay, because that system would be pumping through our community. And I am, too, not in favor of being annexed into the city. I'm extremely happy with the services that we get, our trash collection, our police service, anything that the county has to do. And you guys have always listened to us with an open heart and open mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheryl Jordan is next, followed by Jan Baltus.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm opposed to being annexed by the city through this forced line. I'm a veteran of the United States from the U.S. Army. I know there are many veterans in this room as well. It is this process that I am opposed to. It is not the environment that I'm opposed to. I have properties in the city of Stuart. I have one property that is already linked up to this system. It's not a great system, but that's not what I'm here for. It is I do not want to be forced annexed as a resident of Snug Harbor. I chose to move to Snug Harbor. I like being a county resident. I like the services that I have there. I want the county commissioners to support us. I want you to help us out the best that we can. And we're here to help you to support us. Let us know what we can do to work through this. Thank you.
Thank you. Jan Baltus.